Longer screws turn a flimsy strike into a structural anchor that resists forced entry. Use 3-inch screws in the strike plate and reinforcement hardware to transfer load into the framing behind the jamb rather than relying on thin face grain. Start by removing the existing screws and test fit longer screws to confirm they clear the frame studs and any hidden plumbing or wiring. If there is resistance, stop and inspect rather than forcing the screw. When driving 3-inch screws, use a pilot hole sized slightly smaller than the screw shank to prevent splitting the jamb and to align the threads for maximum grip. Tighten screws until the hardware sits snug against the jamb without crushing the wood around the hole. Over-tightening reduces holding power. For deadbolts and reinforcement plates, place screws so they pass through the jamb and embed into the first wall stud when possible, not just into the hollow space behind the jamb. If your jamb is rotted or too thin, replace or sister a solid block of wood behind the jamb and then fasten the long screws through that solid backing. A common mistake is using screws that are too short so they only bite into the jamb face and pull out under load. Fix this by always selecting 3-inch screws and confirming penetration into the framing. People sometimes over-tighten and strip the screw hole, which reduces holding power. Back out, install a slightly larger pilot hole, or use a screw with a larger thread diameter and retighten gently. Another frequent issue is misaligned hardware where screws hit voids or miss studs. Loosen the plate, realign the latch so the bolt enters the strike freely, then retighten with the long screws to ensure load transfer into solid wood. BigHomeProjects.com connects homeowners with local contractors and lets us share real experiences about upgrades like 3-inch screws and jamb reinforcement. We also help contractors find work and join our discussion community where we exchange tips, ask questions, and show before and after examples.